My dad was one of these parents who is under the thumbs of his family members, and he has to do what they will tell him. Taking your daughter abroad and giving her away to your family members just to please them. I mean, looking back now, I just still don't understand how could a parent do that. It's kind of what is a form of a blackmail. Like, if you're not gonna listen to us, then you're gonna bring us misery. And as a teenager, I think I didn't want that burden on me, you know. So even though I was breaking, I was crying. I kind of went. I had no choice but to go ahead with it. It was just me against so many of them.
Okay everybody, thanks for attending this meeting today. This meeting is in relation to two females that were brought to the police station yesterday. Both females made disclosures that they're fleeing forced marriage issues and were about to be or have been forced into marriage by family members. Offences have been disclosed, despite the fact at the moment they're not wishing to assist the police. My stance is that we will take action in relation to those offences and arrests of family members will be made.
20-year-old girls, Aisha and Halima, are cousins. They were picked up by a patrol car last night and brought to the police station. They're now in a refuge.
A week ago there was an engagement party. She's expressed to her families that she doesn't want to go through with this. And Dad has threatened to kill her, has said, if you don't go through with this, I will kill you. And specifically, he said, I'm not like other pet fathers. I will see this through no matter what police involvement you have.
We have put a genogram together and we believe that they're all connected by the grandmother.
The social workers devised a family tree for us and it was quite shocking once it was laid out in front of us. What's most concerning is that the majority of these are children, male and female, ranging from 1 year old up to 19 years old, not including our lady that lived there. So all these children need protecting.
This is the largest number of children in one family at risk of forced marriage that the Manchester police have ever come across. DI Tanya Kitchen believes 15 young people may be at risk. The first line of defence is to seek a forced marriage protection order for each child.
You can't intimidate, harass, you can't take your child out of the country, you can't take your child to another city even. You will hand over your passports, which will stop you from being able to travel out of the country, and we can put any restriction that we feel fit on that order in order to protect that individual from having a forced marriage.
Tanya is concerned that so many children may be at risk in two households. She organises simultaneous arrests at both addresses across Manchester. One of the cousins, Aisha, has just had her engagement party. DS John Chatterton's team are investigating the allegation that her father threatened to kill her.
So the intentions this morning are to attend the address with a warrant and arrest both mother and father on suspicion of threats to kill.
10 miles away, Tanya's team are investigating Halima's parents. If they married her off 2 years ago, then they broke the terms of a forced marriage protection order.
Ideally, what we want is details of everybody in that address and dates of birth. It links into a forced marriage protection order that we're taking out for all children in that address.
As each team is dispatched for the arrests, Aisha claims that her parents are planning to fly to Pakistan this morning.
The girl didn't realise that it was going to be an engagement party. Then we've got the flight tickets if we can find them to corroborate the fact that then she was flying out.
With both teams striking simultaneously, John has to get to Aisha's parents before they try to leave the country.
It's the police. Is it? Yeah, can we just come in,
Two
please?
cousins, Aisha and Halima, have fled from their families in the middle of the night, seeking police protection.
Is there anybody else in the address?
Police from the Public Protection Team are simultaneously arresting their parents for forced marriage offences in 2 locations across Manchester.
Okay. I can get a push-to interpreter on the phone. Yes? Can you just tell her that she's under arrest for a breach of a forced marriage protection order?
Halima's parents are being arrested for forcing her into a marriage 2 years ago. Aisha's parents are flying out to Pakistan this morning. She says they've threatened to kill her if she's not on the plane.
I'd just like to make you aware that I'm just going to both arrest you on suspicion of threats to kill. Huh? Okay. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you're not mentioning in question something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Okay. So is there anything you need to bring with you?
He's like Pakistan.
Right, okay, well you need to come down to the police station this morning, alright?
Yes.
And we'll see how that develops later on. Alright, what time's the flight?
1:20.
Okay. Well listen, we'll discuss that later on. What I suggest you do now is not say anything else to me. Alright, you're under caution. Okay.
A forced marriage protection order was placed on Halima 5 years ago, so her parents should not have taken her out of the country. But they managed to get her a different passport and got her through border control unchallenged. Aisha's parents are being arrested because she says they've threatened to kill her if she doesn't go through with the planned marriage in Pakistan.
They need to sign, first of all, to say that you've got the notice underneath there that explains what your legal rights are.
DS Janji Garrod knows it's not just family honour which lies behind forced marriage.
In terms of money, we can't be naive about it. Yes, we do know a lot of people potentially are forced into marriage so they can come into this country to keep the land within the community. Because if you see with a lot of the forced marriages, they are also between cousins and family members to keep that land, to keep that money. So land, honour, gold, they all come into play somewhere along the line.
As the 2 sets of parents are booked into police stations across the city, the Public Protection Team only have a warrant to search Aisha's house. They're using the new law to look for any evidence that could back up the fact that a marriage was planned.
We're just looking at any text messages in relation to threats, any correspondence in relation to the flights, why she's going over there, and anything that happened before it was even brought to the police attention, basically, that would assist us with it.
Whilst the team search the house, one officer learns from Aisha's sister that Aisha made a solemn promise to her father last week.
She was speaking to her sister and her parents had made swear on the Quran, which means that she puts a full hand on the Quran and said that she's going to go ahead with the marriage, and that's when the money starts to be exchanged with regards to the families. So that's why her father was very upset when she left the address 4 days after the actual hen party.
This looks like it's from the Mendy celebration, which is like their version of the hen party, I'm informed. So she would have worn this.